Hello everyone. Today we will start web applications and security chapter. So this chapter covers 10 marks in board exam. So let us quickly revise web applications and security for class 10th. Session 1 is working with accessibility options. What is accessibility? It refers to user friendliness of a computer system for all regardless of their disability. So how there are people with disability, and to make the computer friendly for them, friendly or easy to use for them, we are having various accessibility options. Assistive technology is a combination of hardware and software that enables a person with disability or impairment to use a computer. Accessibility options are available in control panel, and they can be used to customize the way you can use your keyboard, display or mouse. So sticky keys. It's an accessibility feature used as a means to reduce repetitive strain. Sticky keys allows a user to press and release a modifier key, such as Control, Shift or Alt key or the Windows key, and have it remain active until any other key is pressed. So this particular option of sticky keys is used with people who are having repetitive strain. Suppose you have to use copy. Shortcut key for copy is Control plus C. So some people have difficulty in pressing both the keys together. So you can switch on sticky keys. In that case, you can click on Control key once and release it. So when the sticky key is on, and then if you click on control key and release the key, the control key will remain on. Now you can press C or you can press V for paste. So there is no need to press control and C together. You can press it one by one. If you click on sticky keys again, it will turn off. Filter keys. This is an accessibility function that tell keyboards to ignore brief or repeated keystrokes, making typing easier for people with hand tremors. So those people who are having the problem of hand tremors, so whenever they are typing something, they sometimes they type the letters, they keep pressing the keyboard, and the same letter or the same key is typed lot of times. So you can click on filter key option. It will ignore the repeated keystrokes briefly, and this can be used with people with hand tremors. Toggle key. So toggle keys are those uh, which work like on and off, like caps lock or num lock. It's an accessibility function which is designed for people who have vision impairment or cognitive disabilities. When toggle key is turned on, computer emits sound when the locking keys caps lock, num lock or scroll lock are pressed. A high sound is emitted when the keys are switched on, and a low sound is emitted when the keys are switched off. So you might have seen when you press caps lock or num lock, a green light appears on the keyboard. But the people who have vision impairment, who cannot see, or who have problem in hearing, or who have a problem in viewing, in that for those people, it will also generate a sound. So when you press the caps lock, a high pitch sound will be generated. When you switch on the caps lock, a low pitch sound will be generated. Next is sound tab. It has two options like sound sentry and show sound. These are used for people with auditory or hearing impairment. Sound Sentry is designed to help users with auditory impairment. It generates visual warnings like blinking title bar or flashing border whenever computer generates sound. To enable Sound Sentry, check Sound Sentry option under Sound tab. So those people who have problem in hearing, so whenever computer generates any kind of sound, it also displays some visual warnings to help them, because they cannot hear the sound, so they can see the visual warnings like blinking of a title bar or flashing of the borders. Show sound. This is also used for people with auditory impairment. It is used to provide information visually through text captions or informative icons for whatever information it conveys by sound. This is also present in the sound tab. So those people who are having hearing impairment, so if computer is providing some information through sound, it will also provide text captions or icons for it. Display tab. These are generally used for people with vision impairment or some kind of difficulty in viewing. So they are having options for display like high contrast and cursor options. High contrast means it will assist people with vision impairment. You can change the size and color of the font and background for ease of viewing. So high contrast, you can change the contrast of the viewing or display of your system. You can change the size and color of the font of the display of the system and background. Cursor option is an accessibility feature that helps people with vision impairment by changing the blinking rate of the cursor and width of the cursor. Mouse keys. This is a feature which helps people who have difficulty using a mouse. So this option uses a keyboard, especially numeric keypad, as a pointing device instead of a mouse. So select the mouse tab and then you can configure this option of mouse keys. General tab enables you to configure accessibility options for all the users. Select the General tab. A window will configure additional accessibility options will be displayed. Turn off accessibility feature after idle for specific seconds, or give warning message when turning a feature on, or make a sound when turning a feature on or off. So these all can be selected from General tab. Serial key. This is an accessibility feature which assists people having difficulty using a keyboard or mouse or both. So the people with severe disability they can use serial keys because they cannot use keyboard and mouse. So there are some special devices like SIP, puff, and breath switches to provide input to the computer through serial port. So these devices are used instead of keyboard and mouse. Assessment. Fill in the blanks. So the option in Windows which help users with physical disabilities and to reduce repetitive strain is. Answer is sticky keys. Sound Sentry is designed to help the users with dash impairment. Answer is auditory. The high contrast option in Windows is designed to assist people with dash impairment. Vision. Dash is designed to assist people that have difficulty using a keyboard or a mouse. Serial keys. Next session is networking fundamentals. Again, a very important chapter. So what is a network? It's a collection of computer and other hardware components which are interconnected through any communication channel. So they can be interconnected systems through various channels like cables or satellites, which allow sharing of resources and information. Networks are designed using the following architecture. So you can make a network with basically two types of architecture. One is peer-to-peer or P2P. In this network, all computers have equal status. And generally in such a network, each terminal has equally competent CPU. So all systems have equal kind of configuration, equal status, they all can store data. Client server architecture, network in which certain computers have special dedicated tasks providing services to other computers in the network are called client server networks. The computer which provides the services are called as servers, and the ones that use the services are called clients. So again, a very important topic. Those systems with high configuration which store all the data which provide service are called as servers. Those systems which use those services or request for the services from the servers are called as client. So this kind of architecture is generally followed in internet. There are two types of network depending upon their coverage area. Local area network, that is which connects computer and devices in a limited geographical area, like in a home, school computer lab, office building, or closely positioned group of buildings. Usually, local area network offer very high speed and are used for connecting computers and peripherals. Peripherals means devices such as printers, scanners, etc. Wide area network, so those network which cover a broad area, so they can extend to multiple cities, multiple countries, national, international boundaries across the continents. So they have no boundaries as such, we can say. The internet is the most popular WAN. This is example, internet is an example of wide area network. It is used by large businesses, government or non-profit organization. So what is internet basically? It's a global system of interconnected computer network. It's a network of network which consists of millions of public, private, academic, business, and government network. World Wide Web, also abbreviated as WWW or W3, known as the web. It's a system of interlinked hypertext documents accessed via internet. With a web browser, we can view the web pages that may contain text, images, videos, and other multimedia and navigate between them by using hyperlinks. So World Wide Web, system of interlinked hypertext documents. We can use web browsers to view the web pages or the hypertext documents which are made in HTML. These documents can contain anything like text, images, audio, video. And if you want to jump from one document to another, we can use hyperlinks. Web client and web server. So just now we have discussed about client and server architecture. So web client and web server, they are based on those architecture only. Information is stored on the web servers referred to as web pages, which are retrieved by using web browser like Firefox, Chrome, or whatever you are using. A web browser is a software which is used to view websites and act as an interface between user and World Wide Web. A web server is a computer which stores the websites and the related files for viewing on the internet. Web browser are the client software. So web servers, so suppose if you want to open any site, you are basically connected to the server of that site to access the information. So server is that system which stores all the information, and web browser is a web client. Like we use web browser like Chrome, Firefox to open these websites which are stored on the server. So web browser is a client software, we can say. Advantages of networking. So why do we use networking? Why do we interconnect system together? The first advantage is sharing of data. So you can share data, you can share the files can be of any type. Then hardware sharing, you can share hardware like printers, scanners, etc. Like you might have seen in your school labs also, or in cyber cafes. Instead of purchasing different printers for different user, one printer can be purchased and shared among multiple users in a network, thus saving the cost. So suppose you are having many computers in your computer lab, there might be only one printer, and all the computers, if they are connected to internet, they can use that printer to take a printout. Internet access sharing. You can purchase a single internet connection and share it among the computers in a network instead of purchasing multiple internet connection for each computer. This is commonly used in cyber cafes, schools, college, and companies. And we can also use network-based applications, network-based chats. So internet service providers. So they are those organizations which provide you with internet access, such as BSNL, Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, Airtel, MTNL, Vodafone, Jio. So you can choose connectivity depending upon the availability of a particular technology. There are different technologies, 4G, 5G, what kind of technology you want, what kind of speed, what kind of connection type, data download, what all type of connectivity you want, that you can take from these ISPs. So modems. To connect to the internet, we need a device called modem. It converts digital computer signals into a form that is called as analog signals that can travel over telephone lines. It also reconverts the analog signals back into digital signals. So word modem is derived from its function modulator, demodulator. So this is a full form of modem, modulator, demodulator. So why do we need this device when we are connected to internet? Because your computer system understands only digital signals. Telephone lines carry analog signals. So, to convert digital signals to analog and vice versa, we need a device called modem. Internet connectivity can be categorized as wired or wireless access. So, we can connect to internet through wires. So, examples of wired connectivity are dial-up, DSL, and cable internet access. Nowadays, we are having wireless connectivity. We are generally using Wi-Fi at home, 3G, 4G, 5G connections, WiMAX. So some of the examples of wired connectivity like dial-up uses the facility of public switched telephone network PSTN to establish a connection to an internet service provider via telephone lines using a device called modem. Users dial a particular number provided by ISP to gain access to the internet. So earlier dial-up connection was used when Wi-Fi was not there. So and the cost of internet was also high. So in that case, you have to dial a number through a application in your system, and when you are using internet you can't use a landline phone. Okay, so in this is the dial-up connection. It was slow, and it was charged as per the usage. Like if you have used for 5 minutes, whatever the bill will come, it will come along with your landline bill. DSL, digital subscriber line, provides internet access by transmitting digital signals over wires of a local telephone network. Cable internet access is a form of broadband internet access that uses cable television infrastructure. Cable internet access is provided through existing cable TV networks. So these were different wired internet connectivity. Now we are having 3G. G stands for generation. You might have heard about 3G, 4G, 5G. So G means generation. Latest one is 5G, which we are having nowadays. It's a set of standards used for mobile devices and mobile telecommunication services and networks. WiMAX. So we have heard about Wi-Fi and WiMAX. WiMAX is another device which is used for internet connectivity. Full form is Worldwide Interoperability for Microwave Access. It's a wireless communication standard designed to provide mobile broadband connectivity across cities and countries through a variety of devices. WiMAX is a long-range system covering many kilometers and is typically used where DSL or cable internet access cannot be used. This could be difficult in laying out cables for homes or offices located in remote locations but need access to the internet. So basically WiMAX and Wi-Fi, the main difference is the range. The range of Wi-Fi is few meters, whereas the range of WiMAX is many kilometers. So it can be used to provide internet connectivity across a wider range, WiMAX, as compared to Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is wireless fidelity. It's a popular technology which we are using in our home also to connect computers or mobile phones to exchange data wirelessly over a network, including high-speed internet connections. Wi-Fi devices such as personal computers, smartphones, video games, console, etc. can connect to a network resource such as internet through a device called wireless access point WAP. Nowadays, even printer are also having Wi-Fi, so you can connect to the printer through Wi-Fi also. So wireless access point WAP. So you should know the full form of 3G. What does G means here? WiMAX, Wi-Fi full form, modem full form of WAP. So to connect to internet, you already know there's an icon of Wi-Fi which appears in your system or laptop. You can right click on it. You can see the available Wi-Fi. You can see the available Wi-Fi in your network. You can choose any list of the available Wi-Fi network which you are having. You have to provide, double click on it. You have to provide the user password for it to connect to any Wi-Fi network. How data is transferred on the internet. So when you are transferring some message or information on the internet, what happens to that piece of data? So first of all, the message is broken into small pieces or packets. Each packet is sent from one computer to another until it finds its destination. So when you are sending any message on the internet or on any network, it is broken into packets or pieces. These packets may take different routes to reach the destination. Each computer on the way decides where to send the next packet. All the packets may not take the same route. So wherever the next packet has to be sent, it is decided by each computer, and then all the packets which are being, the message is broken into different packets. All the packets may not take the same route. At the destination, the packets are examined. If any packets are missing or damaged, a message is sent asking them to be resent. This continues until all packets have been received intact. So at the destination, all the packets are reassembled into a complete message. If any packet is missing or damaged, a message is sent asking them to resend it. So there are the various fill in the blanks. LAN stands for local area network. Three types of wired internet connectivity are dial-up, DSL, and cable internet access. Three types of wireless internet connectivity are 4G, Wi-Fi, and WiMAX. So these are wired, these are wireless. Instant messaging. This is a form of communication over internet that offers instantaneous transmission of text-based messages from sender to receiver. So instant messages can be sent text-based messages. Most instant messaging software include options for performing file transfer, audio chat, and video conferencing, sharing desktops, etc. Apart from standard text chat. So we can also send nowadays, WhatsApp is very common. So we can also send audio, video, we can transfer the files, we can do video conferencing along with the text chat. Unlike email, instant messaging happens in real time and the response from participants are also spontaneous. Some of the instant messaging softwares allow you to view messages received when they are not logged on. These are called as offline messages. For video chat or video conferencing, so suppose if you want to do video conferencing, what hardware you require? We require a microphone to speak. We require a headset or speaker to listen. We require a web camera so that the user can see each other while talking. So these are the hardware. We need a microphone, headset or speakers, and we should have a web camera. Key features of instant messaging are: text messages can be sent from one person to another. Audio calling and conferencing, video calling and conferencing can be done. File transfer can be done. Message history can be seen. You can see the messages which were sent earlier. There are two types of instant messaging software: application-based and web-based. Application-based software are those in which you have to download some application and install in your computer. Some popular instant messaging software are Google Talk, Google Yahoo Messenger, Skype, Windows Live Messenger, Rediff Goal, WhatsApp. So you have to install WhatsApp app, you have to install Google Talk, you have to install Google Hangout to use these software. Web-based instant messaging software is accessed using web browser like Firefox, Chrome, etc. Some popular web-based instant messaging software are Yahoo Messenger on the web, MSN Web Messenger. So nowadays, WhatsApp can also be accessed through web. So whatever application-based messaging software are available nowadays, they are also accessible through web these days. Like you can use WhatsApp through a WhatsApp application, which you can install in your system. You can also access WhatsApp online by opening its website. So now, few questions. Dash is a form of communication over internet which offers instantaneous transmission of text-based messages from sender to recipient. Instant messaging. Dash and dash, these are required, and the web camera are required for audio and video conferencing. So we need a microphone, speaker, and headphone also along with the web camera. Chatting with a contact using Google Chat. Some rules or etiquettes to be followed while chatting. Messages should be short and to the point. Always introduce yourself by name if your screen name doesn't reflect it. Always ask if other person has time to chat first, regardless of how important you want the chat is important. In business environment, know exactly what you want to discuss. Typing your messages in uppercase is extremely rude. It's considered shouting and very aggressive. So, not don't unnecessarily type in uppercase. Uppercase means you want to highlight or pressurize on something. It is extremely rude to type everything in capital letters. Give people time to respond. It's important to properly end any instant messaging conversation. I am here means instant messaging conversation. You may think the chat is over, but the other person may not. Creating and publishing web pages. Blog. This is again a very important topic. What is a blog? It's a discussion style site used by technical and non-technical users for creating personal web pages. They are similar to online personal diary. You can use a blog to convey messages about events, announcements, news, reviews, etc. Blogs are usually maintained using a web browser, and this requires active internet connection. You can also use offline blog software to create content first and later publish the content when an active connection is available. Individual article on the blog is called as blog post. A person who creates a blog is called as a blogger. There are two types of blogs, online blog and offline blogs. As the name suggests, online blog means some of the websites provide blog facility for free or against a cost. So these are called as online blogs like WordPress, blogger.com, blog.com, Weebly, Blogsome, and there are many sites. Offline blogs, so if you do not have an active internet connection, you can create blog using a blog application or a blogging editor and publish the blog whenever the internet connectivity is available. There are several free offline blog editors available which can be downloaded and installed on your computer. So these editors can be used to create a blog like Humana, Windows Live Editor, Windows Live Writer and Blogdesk. So these are various offline blog editors. Humana, Windows Live Writer and Blogdesk. Examples are important, so please learn these examples. Once you have created a blog post, if you have created an article on the blog, it's called a blog post. You have to submit the content so that other can view your blogs on the web browser. This process is called as posting or publishing content. This can be done by clicking on the publish post button. So you have to publish your content so that others can view it through internet. Online transaction. OLTP means online transaction process. We make our online payments using debit card, credit card, net banking. Nowadays, wallets are also available. Benefits of online transaction are fast in transaction speed, convenience, low risk of theft. Online shopping is a form of electronic commerce where customers can buy or sell goods over the internet. Customers need to have an active internet connection for viewing goods or services offered by a seller. Customers can pay online using a credit, debit card, or by internet banking. So what are the advantages of online shopping? If a person doesn't have time to visit the store, so it saves our time, we can sit at our home and purchase anything. Visiting a store is more expensive than purchasing a product online. So when your traveling cost is also saved. A product or service is not available in the local market is available online. Some of the popular online transaction websites are Flipkart, Amazon, IRCTC.in, and many more are there. COD means cash on delivery. Internet security. This is a branch of computer security specially related to internet, often involving browsing security, browser security, and network security. Its objective is to establish rules and measures to use against attacks over internet. So there are certain issues regarding internet security. There are various online threats like phishing, email spoofing, chat spoofing. Best practices for online security. So what all you should follow to make sure that you have security or you have secured online transactions or secure browsing experience. So first is use strong passwords. Your password should be a combination of alphanumeric characters and special characters. So which is not easy to guess by other users. Do not keep passwords like your favorite color, your friends or relatives name, mobile number, etc. General guidelines for maintaining strong passwords. Keep your password length at least 12 to 14 characters. Avoid keeping passwords which are based on repetitive dictionary words, letters, or numbers in sequence, usernames, relative or pet names like ABCD123. Sometimes we keep a password like this, which is very common, which is our test1234. Very common passwords. Also include numbers, capital, lowercase letters, and symbols in password. Avoid using the same password for multiple sites. Avoid using something which others know, like your likes or dislikes. Use random password generators if possible, like This is an example of some strong password, which is not that easy to guess. Internet security is the chapter which we are doing. Another way to ensure security over internet is using encryption software, which is generally available within the operating system to protect your data from unauthorized users. If encryption software is not available within the operating system, you can use a third-party software. Keeping your username and password private. Never save your username or password on computers which are which are used in shared environment like cyber cafes. Do not share personal information. So there are various websites which ask you to fill out the forms, like, and you have to enter your details like name, gender, age, email address, phone number, school name, etc. So be cautious when you are filling out such forms and verify if it is a trustable site. Your email address could be used by unauthorized users to send you fake or unwanted mails and can land you in troubles. Secure transaction. If you are doing any online shopping or transaction, websites even store your online banking personal details like your credit card number, account details, etc. This information can be tracked and misused by unauthorized users who often are known as hackers. So make sure that the website is legitimate and uses secure practices by checking the golden lock sign on the address bar of the website, and make sure it starts with HTTPS, S for security. So whenever you are making any online transaction, you have to give your credit card details and other secured information. Make sure when you are doing some transaction online, the site is secured. How to check that? On the top in the address bar of the website, a lock sign appears and the site should start with HTTPS, S for secure. So you have to use antivirus and anti-spyware software so that whenever you are downloading something, it should check for any uh, virus or any spyware. Okay. So malware track browsing behavior or transmit your personal data from your computer. Programs can be installed like keyloggers. Keyloggers are those kind of malware which could be installed on your computer and track and transmit every key that is pressed on a keyboard or the keystroke to an authorized user. So keyloggers are those programs which once installed in your system, it will keep a track of all the keys which you are pressing on the keyboard. Whatever you are pressing on the keyboard which will be relayed to the unauthorized users. One of the most important thing is keep your antivirus and anti-spyware software up to date, because there are many new viruses and spywares coming in the arena. So they have to be updated so that they can protect you from recent threats. Do not respond to mails from unknown users because they can track your personal information like your bank account details or home address or etc. Clear your browser cookies frequently. Cookies are those programs which are created on your local computer when you visit websites. Though cookies are meant to store data based on your activity performed during your earlier visit, such as logon details, detail of shopping cart, etc., visiting pages in a website, etc., they could be tracked by unauthorized users and possibly gain access to your personal information. So cookies are those programs which are automatically installed in your computer when you visit some websites. So these are generally used to make a better browsing experience, so that when you open that website again, it will be opened faster. So it's good if you clear browser cookies. When you are clearing the history, also clear the cookies. Keep operating system and software applications up to date. So many operating system you might have seen, they provide you updates. So keep your software updated so that any security hole through which a hacker can take advantage can be easily detected. Use antivirus and anti-spyware. It prevents. So this topic we have already done. These are repeated here. So you have to install firewall. What are firewall? They analyze network traffic and determine if the traffic should be allowed or not. In most cases, operating systems such as Linux, Windows or Mac include firewall software as a part of operating system, thus keeping the computer secure. So it will check if the network traffic reaching your system is okay or not, whether you're getting some unnecessary traffic in your network traffic to your system. So it will detect that and it will stop from accessing your system. Never install software from unknown sources. So do not download from unknown websites. Remove any unwanted or unknown software which might have got installed without your knowledge when you have visited some websites. They are programmed to send personal data without your consent. To clear personal data from a web browser, you can go to Tools menu, click on Options, click Security tab, uncheck Remember Password for Sites option. So sometimes your browser, if this option is checked, your browser will automatically save the passwords which you have made for various sites. So you can uncheck this option of Remember Passwords. And you can also clear the history. Maintaining workplace safety. Basic safety rules should be followed at workplace like fire safety, fall and slips, electrical safety, use of first aid. First aid is what? It's an immediate assistance provided to the injured to save life and minimize health loss till proper medical aid facility is available. Occupational hazards are the illness one may acquire during his occupation. Like people working in a chemical factory may get affected due to presence of certain chemicals. Some type of occupational hazards are physical hazards, chemical hazards, biological hazards, behavioral hazards, radiological hazards, ergonomic hazards. Some rules of first aid are: assure the injured to remain calm and not to panic. Keep them warm if they are under shock. Do not move the victim in case of any back or neck injury. So first aid is an immediate assistance which you can provide to an injured person till some proper medical aid is available. How to prevent accidents and emergencies? What are the measures which can be taken? What is an accident? Any unplanned event that may happen all of a sudden and may lead to unwanted or unprecedented result or outcomes. Accidents may be of following types: accident at workplace like slip and fall accident, fire, industrial diseases, illness, road traffic accidents, clinical accidents, sports related accidents. So workplace accidents can include injuries that can be caused to the workers due to falls, slip and trips. Emergency is any unexpected situation that needs immediate attention. Some type of emergencies that require evacuation are fire, explosion, flood, earthquake, hurricane, tornado, toxic material release, civil disturbance, workspace violence. Ways to handle accidents. Every organization must have some SOPs. SOP is standard operating procedures for accident handling. Safety measures must be placed to prevent workspace accidents. Immediately call the medical team for any injury. Pay attention to and follow emergency drills. A hazard is anything that is the source of any potential harm, damage, or any kind of potential loss of health or life. Hazards can be of different types depending on the industry and the environment in which the employees work. The different types of hazards include physical, chemical, biological, and mechanical. Evacuations. What is evacuation? It's a process of emptying a place in case of any emergency or disaster. Every company must ensure the following points of evacuation in case of any emergency. Evacuation policy. Every organization must have an evacuation policy. Evacuation policy means how to exit the building in case of any emergency. Organization must have a designated assembly points for emergencies. Ensure that every employee worker must know where it is. So there should be an assembly point in case of any emergencies. Employee should know where to assemble. A buddy system for individuals with special needs or disabilities must be designated. This system ensures that differently abled are assisted and guided out of the premises or the impacted area properly. If you are a buddy to someone, ensure that your buddy is safe at the assembly point with you. So in case of any emergency, if the company has any people with disabilities or a school which has children with disabilities, there should be a buddy system in which the buddy of that particular differently abled person should help that person to come out of the emergency situation and assemble near the assembly point. So this is the buddy system. Floor plans with evacuation routes should be displayed in work areas. Periodic evacuation drills should be conducted. Like in schools, you might have seen earthquake drills, fire safety drills are conducted. Now, some fill in the blanks. An organization can face some dash that can put lives of employees in danger. Hazards. Hazards can be of different types depending on the dash and dash in which the employees work, depending upon the industry and environment. Organization must have a designated dash for emergencies. Assembly point. So that was all for your topic. Thank you.